Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Robin from Nest Soapery, and today we're making black violet and saffron cold process soap. Last time I placed an order with Candle Science, I bought enough fragrances that they said I qualified for a free sample. I love it when they do this because this gives me the opportunity to try a fragrance that I normally would not pick up. And in this case, I chose black violet and saffron, which I know what violet smells like and I like it. And I know what saffron smells and tastes like and I like it. But who knows if I'm supposed to like these two things together? So this always gives me a really great opportunity to try something new. I was delighted with the way that this smells. It smells elegant and luxurious and clean and spa-like and not masculine or feminine. It's pretty complex in my opinion, so if that's something that you're into, definitely give it a go. For today's design, we're going to be using some pretty straightforward colors. I'm using a yellow to represent saffron. That one is Lala from Mad Micas. I'm using a purple and a black to represent the black violet. That's made with grape knee-high from Mad Micas, and the black is activated charcoal. And then no surprises here, the majority of the bar is going to be white, and I create that using titanium dioxide dispersed in a lightweight oil. For today's pour, we're starting with a 42 ounce or 10-inch mold that you can pick up on Amazon. I have a link in the description box below if you want to get the ones that I have. They've got this really great lid that helps insulate the bars of soap, and I highly recommend them. And I'm pouring the entire portion of white batter into the base of the mold. This is about 50 to 60% of the total soap batter. Next we move on to colors, and this is when it gets really fun. So at light trace, no thicker, no thinner, we're going to start pouring our colors, alternating between the three of them down the center of the mold. Now you'll see here I am not exact, I'm not precise. Yes, I'm trying to get it into the center of the mold, but if it's wiggly a little bit, don't sweat it. It's not going to be a big deal. You're not going to notice it in the final design. And in fact, I think it's really interesting when you have that irregularity and the variation in the design as you cut through your entire loaf of soap. So down the center, I start with black, then I use yellow, and then I use purple, then black again. Black, yellow, purple, black, yellow, purple. Now, I know as I was doing this, I was thinking to myself, isn't there like a football team or something that are using this color scheme? Is it like the Baltimore Ravens or something? If you are a sports ball fan and you know what I'm talking about, please hop into the comment section below and help a girl out. I have no idea what I'm talking about, so just, throw me a bone here. Now, as I'm pouring all of these colors, you can see that they're starting to pour into one another. They're not sitting on top of the soap batter because they're not super thick. They're sort of creating a little bit of a dip down in the center, something that's thicker in the center of the bar, thinner on the outside. And so eventually your final design is going to be kind of a bell shape, more like an upside down bell shape, with the top of the bell being closer to the base of the design. If that makes no sense to you, just hang tight. When you see it cut open, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You continue in this manner until you've completely run out of your colors. Make sure to scrape all of those containers out because every last drop really counts when you're a small batch soap maker. Once you're finished pouring everything, it's time for you to wait for this to set up so that we can texture the top. The way that I test this is that I jiggle the mold a little bit, like this. And if it doesn't wiggle, and it just only barely has started not wiggling, you're ready to go. You don't want it to get any firmer than that. So for this soap top, I'm going to be doing a texturing technique with the handle of a spoon. You basically put it down the side of the mold and then you swipe up in a wave motion. And it's important to make sure that the different swipes don't overlap one another because you want to have those individual portions that are raised that create sort of striations or lines, sort of like a tree ring. 24 hours later, and we arrive at every soap maker's very favorite time, slicing time. So I'm removing the soap from the mold, and I'm using my trusty soap slicing box. You can find a link for that in the description as well, people really like this box, and it was really inexpensive. I got it off of Etsy, and I use it in conjunction with a wire cheese slicer that I got from Amazon. Now, full disclosure, this wire cheese slicer, the handle broke like a week after I got it, but I've been using it since for the last year, and the wire has not snapped, and it works just fine, and I can clean it perfectly because it's a metal tool. So even though the handle snapped like a week after I got it, I highly recommend it. It's super easy and it works really well with the soap slicing box that I use. I often get asked if I'm ever going to move to a multi-bar cutter or some sort of more efficient soap slicing operation, and maybe one day I will. If I ever get to that point in, production soap making where I'm just making gobs and gobs of soap. But right now, I really enjoy the process of slicing one bar at a time. It allows me to touch that bar and examine it and make sure that everything looks great about it, which, yeah, you can totally do that with a multi-bar cutter as well. But in this case, it gets me more connected to the bars of soap. And then the most fun part is seeing the design emerge with every single slice. So putting my wire down through the bar and then opening it up to see the new design that I get to see. I want to give a great big thank you to everybody who's watching right now. Thank you so much for supporting me here on YouTube. And if you are also following me on Instagram, seriously, the biggest thanks from my heart, sending it straight to you, as cheesy as that sounds right now. It's just been an absolutely wild ride. Thanks for watching, and if this video was helpful, please send me a comment down below, like the video, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos when they come out. Thank you so much, everyone. I will talk to you next time, and until then, be well.